in New York City, the greatest city on earth. Maybe it's not. Maybe my city is not the greatest city on earth anymore.
At last.
If you could beat up cops, in the quote-unquote greatest city in the world and be released without bail, are we the greatest city on earth?
It is this feeling that has brought you to me.
Cadaver Joe Biden, we see you.
This is your last chance.
This is why voting for pig Donald Trump is still on the table.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
All right, welcome to the channel, America's Reality 360, where we bring you the reality of America. Today we're talking Michael Rapaport maybe being red-pilled and Michelle Obama maybe running for president. Now first, who is Michael Rapaport? Well, if you haven't heard of him, he's a big name in Hollywood. He got his start in the late 80s, early 90s, and although he hasn't been like the lead character in any movie that got too big, he has worked alongside some of the biggest names in Hollywood, and we give credit where credit's due. He's entertained a lot of people. He has a really good career, and as you see on his IMDb profile here, he's worked alongside of, let's see, Woody Allen, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Will Smith, Ray Romano, Kevin James, Billy Bob Thornton, Sandra Bullock, Melissa McCarthy, and Tom Hanks. And I know he's on Friends too. That's kind of what got him big in the first place. More lately though, he's just like a Trump bashing kind of washed up Hollywood guy. I hate to say it, but yeah, he's like just a commentary guy on the internet like I'm doing, except his thing is bashing Donald Trump. He's got that TDS, that Trump derangement syndrome. I think it's funny because the last thing they have given him credit here for is in 2016, right at the time Donald Trump got elected. So just like some of these other people in Hollywood, he kind of just let that consume his life, and now that's what he does. He goes on all these different social media platforms, and he just bashes Trump, bashes Trump, bashes Trump. But as you saw in the beginning of this video, he may have had a change of heart. And he was on the PBD podcast, Patrick Bet-David's podcast, and that's a really good podcast. I recommend you go over, check them guys out. Good group of guys over there, and they get some really good interviews. They have some big names there. But recently they just had Michael Rapaport there, and he talks about why he may have a change of heart. And I'm going to show that. But something else that was really important, that really struck me, was them talking about Michelle Obama maybe running for president. And there's also something that I think some people aren't even going to catch on to. So they kind of mention how politics in America actually works. And there's something that they didn't even catch on to, and I kind of want to add to that because I don't want to just take clips from other channels and make them my video because my face is in the corner like a lot of people do. I want to add something extra. And this here is a big one. I really want to get it on record that you heard it here first. So we'll get to that later on in the video. But let's check this out first. This is going to be his little change of heart. So check this out.
He's a
But
shit
here's
dog.
why I think you're going to vote for him this time.
Because
Let me just say, content warning. There's going to be some F-bombs. There's going to be some vulgar talk. Sorry about that, but I let you know ahead of time, and you know that's all I can really do. Here we
You've
go.
seen what happened under his first term. You didn't like it. He's the pig dick, and he's got the mean tweets, and he's orange. But life was good. There was no wars. The economy was going good. But damn, he's annoying to look at. But you also can acknowledge that the media had a major role in that.
That's
major
something
role in
that
that.
when you take a step back.
Yes. You also acknowledge that.
Because I
Well,
will acknowledge
yeah.
that, you know, that one thing about the Charlottesville that I ranted about.
Yes.
And I was wrong.
But the both sides thing. Yeah.
yeah, and I respect
So irresponsible.
and I respect the shit out of it.
Wait,
for my
let me
campaign.
hear him out. Hang on, go a little bit more. What do you mean by that? You were wrong
Listen
on
to
that.
this.
No, because he said the both sides, you know, there's good people on both sides. And when you see the full quote,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that wasn't what he said. And you know, I
Now, I'm going to pause it real quick because that's important. You know, Joe Biden kind of made that his whole campaign in 2020 when he was hiding in the basement. He kept saying Donald Trump said there was good people on both sides at the Charlottesville thing where the neo-Nazis were there. And he's never condemned neo-Nazis. And that is just so far from the truth. I'm not going to show the clip. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you go check that out. Because what really happened, and the media just cuts the clip short, Donald Trump said there was good people on both sides, but I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis because they should be condemned totally. And that's almost verbatim what he said. But they always cut that part out, and Michael Rapaport happened to see the whole entire clip. So many people have never seen the whole entire clip. But there's montage videos like 10 minutes long of Donald Trump condemning white supremacists, David Duke, the KKK, neo-Nazis. So Michael Rapaport happened to see that.
Ranted on him hard for that. Hard. There's some video about it, whatever. I mean, I ranted hard because I was like, what are you talking about, man?
Because you got played. And here's what this is why I think you're going to vote for Trump. Is because you, much like me, much like many people, independent thinkers, not the sheep, realize we kind of got played a little bit. Yes, Trump ain't exactly the smoothest character. He's not Obama.
Jesus Christ.
No. But he actually, his policies and who he has around him are way better than what's going on there. And here's my final point. You see what's going on with the border. You see what's going on with the wokeness. You see what's going on with culture wars. And you see what's going on with actual wars.
Yeah.
Specifically, you see who the Democrats have exposed their hand, especially the progressive left. You see what's going on between Israel and Gaza. You have 3 starved David highs on your chest right now. And as someone who is a proud New Yorker your whole life, you see what the Democratic Party has turned into.
Gotta pause it again because I think it's funny that Michael Rapaport is a self-proclaimed shit talker New York guy. He said he was the best at it. But then when they asked him why he didn't like Trump, he said it was because of the way Trump talks. He's not respectful and the way he talks is just so harsh. And I thought that was funny because Trump is also a New York shit talker. And you would think someone like Michael Rapaport would respect that. But TDS.
This DEIESG woke manifestation of ridiculousness, intersectionality, decolonialization. You're looking at that and you say, you know what? As much as I can't stand big dick Donald Trump,
You said it.
at least he's fucking normal. At least he doesn't want to turn my boy into a girl.
At least he's normal.
Well,
But yes.
At least he doesn't want to turn my boy into a girl.
Yeah.
At least he's defending Israel, not the fucking terrorists. And at the end of the day, I'm a reasonable person.
Yeah.
So like you said initially, I think I'm going to consider this.
I'm considering it.
Yes.
But to pull that, I don't know, we don't pull levers anymore.
Yeah.
Actually pull that lever.
Yeah, but pulling the lever for Biden.
And then
I'm going to tell you right now, I won't vote. I'm not voting for Biden.
No.
I'm not voting for Kamala. I'm not,
But then you can't talk shit. And you need to be able to talk
Well,
shit.
wait a minute. So you're saying for you?
I won't vote for them.
So no matter what, that decision is
That
final.
ain't happening.
Okay.
No, I'm not. They're not happening.
Who, what?
For
I'm not
Kamala
voting for
Biden.
Kamala. I'm not voting
Or
for
anybody.
Biden.
Well, but Mikey, what about
I'm not
anybody
voting for
else?
them.
What about Michael? What
listen,
about anybody?
Vinny.
So you hear that? He's definitely not going to vote for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. But he doesn't know if he's going to vote for Donald Trump yet. We'll see.
What he's saying is,
Who?
what he's saying
There's
is,
nobody.
I'm saying, like,
Kennedy.
what if Newsom or one of these cats pop up?
Gavin. I just left California. I'm not voting for Gavin with the good hair.
I love that. I love that.
Gavin with the good hair,
But
just like
Fuck
Becky.
out of here.
So my here's my thing though. So
I'm not a sucker.
Yeah.
they love him. You see how much they love him, though.
they love his
Newsom.
ass.
They like his hair.
But go deeper. Why do you say you're not a sucker? What is that?
All right, so now that's going to bring us into the next portion of this video where they start talking about maybe Michelle Obama running for president. And then I'm going to make a little prediction of my own, and I think I'm spot on with it. Check this out.
They send out fillers, asking donors. What do you think about the? You didn't hear about this last week. What do you think about the possibilities, the prospects of Michelle Obama? Would you support her? And Obama did that with people out there. Do you have that story, Rob, to pull it up?
Of course they would support.
Yeah. So to see what she would do, because they're trying to get somebody that can replace Kamala. They know they can replace Biden. They don't know how to replace Kamala. And if they had a Newsom Michelle, that's a real interesting race there. If they announce at DNC it's Newsom Michelle, and Adam always says Vegas odds president.
Newsom as the president, her as vice?
Whichever one, vice versa.
No, she's not going to do vice.
That's exactly what I said.
She's not going to do the president either, because as cute as it sounds and as egotistical as it sounds, she and her husband know that even if she did snap her fingers and I think she would win, you have to do the job. And she does not want to do the job.
I think so. Maybe.
Why would she want
Go
to?
back to it. Michelle Obama may have notified.
Sorry, but that brings up a good point, right? Like these people don't even know how it actually works. He thinks that these people have a choice. Now you let me know what you think down in the comment section. I tend to believe it's a selection process, not an election process. But that's up for debate.
People in 22 of her White House ambition, I plan to run.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think they know they did this for 8 years. They know the grind of it.
Oh yeah.
Why would she do it?
But let me ask you.
I've never been in the Michelle Obama's man camp. I've never been in the
but let me
Michelle
ask you a
Obama's running
question.
for president.
Now listen to this. Patrick Bet David, he knows some stuff. He knows a lot of people in high places. Listen to what he says.
Camp.
Let me ask you a question.
I don't get it.
Let me ask you a question. How much of becoming a president on the Democratic side, hear me out, how much of being a president on the Democratic side do you think is you getting picked or you saying, I'm going to be a president? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay, how much of it do you think is the first one over the second one?
I would.
I tend to think that it works that way on both sides, right? Republican, Democrat, pretty much the same. It's a uniparty. But I like to say the only thing worse than a Republican is a Democrat. But come on, it's the same on both sides. Let's be for real.
Oh, go ahead, Michael.
You getting picked.
So meaning, for example, you and your wife, Kiwi,
Yeah.
and we come and we say, hey, we'd like to have a meeting with you Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. You take me for a nice meal.
And we're going to say, Michael,
You pick me, but you
Cass's
send in a
Deli.
car. You send a car to pick me up.
Cars for
The
you.
car's coming, Mike.
you come to our place, private room, penthouse, we're sitting there, you walk
Sushi
up.
chef.
Yes.
Anything you want. We would know what you like
What
food
do you
wise.
like? Tell us
sushi.
what you like.
A nice sushi chef.
Oh,
That's done.
What's your favorite sushi?
Okay.
But restaurant?
Yeah.
Nobu.
I mean, there's a bunch of Nobu. Sugarfish is very
Sugarfish is dope on
Sugarfish,
Ventura.
really.
Sugarfish is great. Just
Now listen to this, because he's going to say, I'm pretty sure he says this happened to him and his wife already.
Call it.
yeah.
Yoshinoya.
Yoshinoya.
Yeah.
I can't
He's,
get his name
he's
right.
confused. So, okay,
Masahisu.
what percentage you think the party comes to you and says, hey, we want you to run and you're going to run and we got money for you?
That
And
works for me and my beautiful wife. But we haven't been president before. So
Did he not just say that worked for me and my wife? Run it back when you get a chance.
Barack and Michelle Obama, they know the grind. They're living, they're producing
But hear me
movies
out
on
where
Netflix.
But I want you to know where I'm going with
She
it.
gets to make a choice.
Nah, I don't think so.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, hear me out.
I don't. I think they go, yo, we need you.
Yeah.
You're going.
She doesn't need anybody to say we need you. She understands what's going on.
Yeah, but I guess the question I'm asking
You
guys,
don't.
The question I'm asking,
60-40, Pat.
you're saying 60-40 what?
Saying 60-40, the establishment comes in and says you've been chosen.
You run a poll. I want
40% buy-in.
So let's just say they come to you.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm kind of with you. I think it's more them coming to you than I'm gonna go be a president.
I agree.
I think there's a lot of guys that say I'm gonna go be a president, and you don't even know their first
Yeah,
name,
sit down,
right?
buddy.
Yeah, and they just don't have it. You can
Yes.
have the aspirations are great, but I want to be an NBA star. 6-inch vertical leap, bro. Go
Right.
Go bowl. You're gonna be okay. But okay, so if that's the case, if Obamas were chosen, those same people that came knocking on their doors and turned them into a president, 2-term, are going to come back and say, look, guys, if you believe in that, now here's the second question. What's the likelihood of those same guys who are not your friends? They're not best friends with you. These are not the type of people that go to dinner with you to get close to you.
Yes.
These are power players. They
I'm going to get the good
intentionally-
meal.
You will get the good meal. It's going to be very good food. But these are the guys that intentionally keep distance from you so they can be a bad person to
Yes.
you. And
They
you
need to
can't be any emotional about it because, listen, we don't have a relationship, okay? What are the
Listen to this. This is the part. Sorry for making you wait so long. Sorry for pausing it so many times. Listen, and then wait till you hear what I have to say about it.
lead of them coming and saying the following of this conversation taking place? Hey, Michelle, it's party before country, and your party needs you right now. Because if we don't, Trump's going to get elected, and we've ran 200 surveys, we've ran the numbers, we ran analytics, and the only two that works to win is you as a president, Newsom as a VP. We know you don't want to do this because you have a great life, but if you don't, Trump's going to get elected. And if you don't, those three things that nobody knows, we would have to leak it. We don't want to, but we would have to leak it. We would prefer to be easier. We can have you only be a 1-term, but because after the 1-term, we can have somebody else come in. But we need you to come in right now because we don't have anybody more qualified than you to be the VP, okay? So
what is he talking about there? What is he talking about? The three things? Now, that's just like a guess. He's just saying, for instance. But what he's talking about is how politics actually work, okay? They have stuff on these. Allegedly, of course, I had this dream one time, and this is how it went in my dream, was that there was this place called, like, Stepstein's Island or something like that, and they had all these people come there and they had them do some really shady things, and it was all recorded. And then the next day they said, hey, guess what, we recorded you doing that stuff and you don't want anyone to know that, so you better do and say what we tell you to do and say, or these things are going to start leaking through the mainstream media and through the press. Now, Patrick Bet David, I happen to agree, that's probably what will happen. But the part that they're missing, that you're going to hear it here first on the record, okay? I don't think it's going to be, Michelle, if you don't do this, those 3 things, 1 thing, whatever it is, that stuff we have on you, Michelle, is going to get leaked. No. This is the secret that I think might happen allegedly in this dream I had. It's going to be, Michelle, if you don't do this, that stuff we recorded your husband doing, Mr. Barry Obama, okay, that stuff is going to leak. And then your husband's name, your husband's legacy, everything that he has built to this day is done and ruined. And it's your fault, Michelle. Totally your fault. Now, just imagine if they told her that, because I'm sure they start very nice and they make you think you have an option, and they take you out to dinner and they pick you up and they wine and dine you and they say, hey, we need you to do this. Can you do it for us? If you say no to these people who they don't even know who these people are, who are these people that pick you up and wine and dine you? Nobody knows. It's a handful of people that none of us have ever heard of. Allegedly, of course, in this dream I had. But my prediction is, if she says no to these people that you do not say no to, they will threaten to ruin not her and her career and her name, but her husband's legacy and his name, because I happen to think they probably have something on him. That said, I'm going to leave this one there. I feel like I've already, threatened my channel enough. They don't like you talking about this information, but let's talk about it down in the comments. Let me know what you think. You think Michelle is a possibility on the ticket? Gavin Newsom maybe? Or maybe it's just going to be good old Joe Biden, if he can even make it there. Will it be Kamala Harris? Who knows? What do you think about the Hollywood people? Michael Rapaport, you think they're going to vote Trump? Are they really going to do it? Or are they just going to sit it out because that TDS, that Trump derangement syndrome, just will not allow them to make that vote? Tell me what you think. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tune in tomorrow for another good report on America's Reality 360. Be safe, God bless, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, all right? Later.